Welcome in, everyone, and Happy New Year! I'm SquishableMoon, but you can call me Squishy. With a ranch addiction and fewer brain cells than your common garden snail, welcome to my channel. You, my dear friend, or watcher, want to make adopts, but they're not selling. And while I'm not the most successful artist you'll ever meet, I can give you the advice I use when making my own adopt. As artists, we have all most likely tried our hand at adopts or adoptables. This term meaning being pre-made characters artists sell for others to enjoy or buy. There are many reasons adopts are so popular and widespread, and the many fandom verses that are on the internet. From MLP, Furry, Super Hulock, and Rise of the Tangled Dragon, or even the Sonic franchise, in every place there are artists, and also people who aren't artists. Whether you can't draw, are too lazy to draw, or simply would rather pay somebody else to do the hard work for you, this is one of the main reasons adopts exist. There is of course also the reason that people like to make them just because they're fun. It's a way to be part of the fandom or part of the community, or even just to get your art out there. But you are here to learn how to make adopts that sell. And while there are many ways, I'm going to try to give you a couple ways to up your adopt game. Before that, if you haven't already, make sure to boop that button and subscribe if you'd like. And leave a comment about what video you'd like to see next. Oh, please stay tuned to the end of the video for the chance to win a free adoption from yours truly. Let's get into the video. I feel like the easiest way to make your adopt sell is color palettes. There are thousands of color palettes on the internet, I know. Sifting through Pinterest or Google can be quite intimidating, especially if you're a younger artist or a newer artist making adopts for the first time. It can be hard to pick what colors you may like to use or what colors other people like to use. But this is a good way to sell your adopts. Picking color palettes, whether they're common or just super popular colors, can make people flock to your adopts a lot easier. I see a lot of pastel colors tend to be the most popular. So if you stick to a more pastel-y type color palette, I feel like your adopts might do a little bit better. Natural colors are also very popular in a lot of fandoms. Depending on the fandom you're in, color palettes are a very easy way to make your adopts stand out and sell like hotcakes. Picking very popular or maybe even overused colors, while some see as bad, can actually help your adopts quite a lot. It's very easy to see that there's a lot of trends and fandoms for color palettes that are very popular. A lot of people don't like to use these colors because they're seen as overused, oversaturated, and just overall really common. But there's a reason these colors are used so much. It's because they're popular and a lot of people like them. Pastel colors and soft colors, along with natural colors, seem to be the most eye-pleasing to buyers all around in different fandoms. Personally, I love using pastel colors. I like to mix pastel with one bright color to kind of give it a pop. I have been dabbling in more natural colors recently. Mixing natural with maybe a pop of color seemed to really do well for adopts. Of course, this really depends on your audience and your art style. If pastel colors and natural colors do not fit your art style or your personal tastes, it is best to use the colors that you are more comfortable with. But don't be afraid to dip your toes in the water of other colors. You never know what might help your adopts sell better. I'm going to put some colors on the screen along with some of my adopts that I've made. These are the main colors I use for my adopts. You are more than welcome to screenshot this color palette and use it for yourself. I am under the impression that you cannot steal colors. Colors are for everyone, and I believe you should be using them too. These are the colors I mainly use for my adopts and my art. So please, feel free to take them and do whatever you want with them. Tag me on Twitter if you'd like. I'm fine being tagged literally anywhere on the internet. You cannot annoy me. I like the attention. With that being said, picking aesthetics can also really help your art. I like to go onto Pinterest and just type in aesthetics and see what pop up. There are so many aesthetics that you could be playing into to help fit other people's niches. Making adopts is something that I really love, but it can be hard only making adopts that I find appealing. That is my favorite part, of course, making adopts that I would like to see. But if you're having a hard time selling your characters, it never hurts to fit into a little box of aesthetics. There are so many aesthetics you could be using, like cottagecore or grungecore, literally kidcore for all I know. You can use any kind of a core or aesthetic out there, and most likely somebody's going to like it. Not only can aesthetics help your adopts, but it can also help widen your experience as an artist. Do not be afraid to use Google, Pinterest, or Twitter to help find inspiration for your adopts. There are so many characters out there on the internet, furries, humans, eldritch blobs. It never hurts to find inspiration from other people. Just make sure that you're not taking too much from other people's art. While it is nice to get inspired by someone, you never directly want to rip off somebody's stuff. It can be quite hurtful to the artist. Along with the colors, it's very easy to change a theme just by changing the colors. Using a dainty or soft color like maybe pink can give you a more cutesy-wootsy feel, or like a warm yellow makes you feel like you're wrapped in a warm blanket. There's also ethereal vibes like space and otherworldly things. There's so many things that you could be mixing into your art that people really like. The main things that I see that are very popular on the internet, at least right now, that seem to sell really fast would be stuff like space, moths, types of bugs, very specific types of bugs, obviously. Cats seem to sell really well. Characters that are themed after Heaven's official blessings also seem to do really well. That seems to be a very popular topic right now for human design. I'm assuming you're here because you're having a hard time selling your characters. Maybe you've made some adopts, none of them are selling, and you just don't know what to do. It is very easy to get down when making adopts and nothing sells. I have been in art block modes where no one has even looked at my characters before for months, years. It can be very frustrating, and I understand the struggle, but you need to remember, most of the time it could just be any number of factors as to why people aren't buying or even seeing your stuff. And just remember, your art is still amazing even if no one else sees it. But you're here to try and make your adopts better. And I truly believe at the end of the day, they're perfect, but I'm doing my best to help you sell them. One of the points that could be dragging down your adopts could be price. We all like to think that we price our art good, but sometimes it can be hard when you're not exactly sure where your price range is. And even if your art is correctly priced, I think all art is correctly priced, by the way. It doesn't matter what other people think. If you believe your art is worth a certain amount, I believe it's worth that certain amount. Not everyone is going to feel as appreciative towards your art that you are. Not everyone is going to feel the same dedication and see all the time you put into it. So sometimes the price could be a hindrance to your art without even knowing. A way that I myself had tried to fix this, I usually keep my art more on the lower range just because I'm still learning art myself. I'm not the best. But even if you're at my level and you charge more than me, I believe that's the correct price. I price my art the way it is because I like the prices that I have now. But if you are unsure if your prices are working for you, a way that you can see is by making auctions. Now, auctions can be a little scary because you have to deal with bidding, but I promise you, it's really not as scary as it sounds. I believe in you. You can do this. All you have to do is add a starting bid, a minimum increase, and an auto buy if you'd like. You can start at $1, $5, $10, any amount that you want to start at. I recommend starting at a lower price than what you would typically make the adopt for. I personally like to start at $5. I feel like that's a pretty good price for an adopt, and then go from there. This way, not only can you get rid of adopts that maybe have been sitting around too long, but also you get to gauge what people are willing to pay for your adopts. Do keep in mind, obviously, buyers are always going to try to get the cheapest price and the best deal. Obviously, this doesn't go for everyone. Some people like to support artists and give them money, but you need to remember, everybody loves good deals. If they can get it cheaper, they will. So while I think this is a good way to gauge how much somebody is willing to pay for your adopts, it is not the final word, and you gotta think about that. Another thing that may be making it hard for you to sell your characters is marketing. Whether it's movies, toys, or even art, spreading your art around and marketing yourself is very important. Some people are very used to marketing. Artists are very good at marketing, usually because we have to do it for ourselves and we've been doing it forever. Now, not everyone is good at marketing. It's okay. You have to learn to be good at things. There's no shame in not understanding how to market yourself well. There is a big learning curve with learning how to market, and I have been spending forever learning how to market myself, and it can be hard. I found that the best ways to market yourself are either making fan art for things that you like, such as anime or shows, or even other people's OCs. But another great way to market yourself in a community, especially if you're in a fandom where OCs are really popular, when you make adopts that don't sell, let's say you've had an adopt for like a week and it hasn't sold and it's just sitting there collecting dust, you want it gone but no one's buying. All you have to do is take that adopt, post it to the social media of choice, and then make a free raffle. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I spent so long on it. I really don't want to, I don't want to do a free raffle. I want it to be bought. And I understand that. I get where you're coming from. It sucks to give something away that you spent so long on and just make no money. But I like to think of it from this point of view. It's not that you're not making money. It's almost like you're paying for your own marketing. You take the adopt, you put it in a free raffle. People share that, like it, you get a bunch of comments. This isn't only going to help boost your engagement, but more people are going to want to follow you thinking that you're going to post more free adopts. And this is great marketing. Take any character that doesn't sell, maybe once a week, once a month, every other day, depends on how many adopts you make, and you put it up for free. And then a bunch of people from every part of the community are going to come and see your adopt more. And that's going to give you more people seeing your art, more people giving you engagement. It is really great for marketing, and I highly recommend it because I do this myself for marketing, and it helps get rid of unwanted or unused OCs. Maybe you're doing all this. Let's say you have really good colors, you have a really good concept, you're using aesthetics, you're marketing yourself, you tried free raffles, and you're still not getting any bites. Now, that situation, so frustrating. I've been there so many times and I had no idea what to do with myself. So let's go to art style. Now, there are many art styles: realistic, cartoony, ultra realism, abstract. You know, everyone has an art style. There's so many. Most of the time, our art style are built on every other art style that exists. Let's take like VisiPop. Everyone knows who VisiPop is, right? They're making the show Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. Their art style is based a lot on Disney and cartoons. Disney using like over-exaggerated features, big eyes, small waists. A lot of our art style is built on other people's art style. Now, some people's art style are very stylized, like VisiPop's, very stylized, very unique. You know that it's their art when you see it. Sometimes stylization could be good. And I love when artists use stylization. I love being able to tell who drew something just by their art. But not everyone likes stylization. Sometimes people don't like a lot of design or a lot of details on their character. Maybe they don't like the sharpness or the smoothness or the coloring or the shading or the highlight. I've definitely been there before. Not everyone likes my art style. I've certainly grown a lot from when I was younger. My art style has changed immensely. By the way, if you want me to make an art style video, let me know. I don't know if I have much of an art style, but I've tried. Mine is more cartoony. Another great way to try and get more people to buy your art is to use a more chibi-esque, cartoony art style for adopts. Now, it can be hard to just change your art style, and that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is to simplify your art. Simplify it into a chibi form. Most artists have a simple chibi little tiny baby form for their art, for like doodles. I usually make my adopts on chibi pre-made bases that I've made for myself. Not only is it easier for me to just work on design when I have my own base, but I seem to find that working on a simple design is a lot easier than working on large designs. Not saying large designs don't sell. I love seeing designs that are super over the top. They have everything on it. It's a whole reference sheet. Love that. Those can get pretty expensive and tend to be more specific when it comes to people liking it. Whereas if you do a more chibi design, it leaves a lot of room open for the buyer to input their own likes into the character. Sort of, the character has less personality, but also more personality at the same time. Being able to draw a design, but more simplified, could be a great way to have your designs catch more people's eyes. Of course, this is only for people who want to do that. If you want to keep doing your big designs, do it. I support you. I love big designs. But it never hurts to give it a try. And like I said, guys, there are so many things that I could be saying, so much advice I could give you for making characters. And I would love to see your characters, honestly. I feel like I have never really seen an ugly design. I promise you, if you make an adopt, somewhere out there in the world, somebody is going to like it. It's all about a matter of them finding it or you finding them. Don't let people not commenting or buying on your adopts stop you from making things. I love when people persevere through this. I know it can be hard, but keep doing your best. You guys are all superstars in my eyes. And because of that, thank you, by the way, for making it to the end of the video. I will be giving away a free custom adopt for you guys. Everything is allowed, any gender, any theme, any color palette, everything and anything is welcome. All you have to do to enter is sneak the word superstar into your comment and like this video. And that's it, you're done. You don't even have to subscribe to me. You can totally not subscribe, that's totally fine. I would love it if you did though. I will be randomly choosing a winner January 30th, 2024. So please make sure to enter before then. With that being said, I'm SquishableMoon. Thank you for watching my video. I hope all your wishes come true. Until next time, bye bye.